Here we go. So we are so grateful to Olivia for making this series possible. We are really, really impressed with, finding your voice, all the hard work that you've been doing, and you've been helping us to figure out how to, express ourselves. And we're just really grateful for your guidance, your enthusiasm, and your peer leadership, because that's really important. So I just wanted to say thank you so much, and we're so grateful for all of your work. And we're going to continue. We're going to have an actor come on for a couple of weeks, so that's going to continue the acting and your legacy. So I just wanted to make sure. That's good.
That's
All
good.
right, so here we go. So I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you. And I just wanted to say thank you to Z for that amazing last introduction. And I want to thank Eileen and everybody for coming. And I'll say a formal thank you once I finish today. But I just wanted to thank you because I really appreciate, having this platform to do it at the library. It's become such a great experience for me. So welcome to the last week, drop mic, last week of my Zoom classes. What do you want to say? Finding your voice through theater and performance. So yeah, week 8, kind of crazy. The summer flew by. All right. So the final Jeopardy, literally the final Jeopardy that we're going to be doing, it's going to be pretty fun. So yeah. And we can take our time on this one because there's a lot of different things. So the first category is roll call, and you have to guess the public speaker or actor that the picture shows, and they are actually directly from the lessons that I've done, and I've shown examples. So if you remember their names or what they did, you can say that. Where in the world? I'm pretty sure this. Wait, oh yeah, it's going to be dialects of certain languages or cultures, and you have to guess what it is. Body language, it's going to be pictures of people with different body language, and you guess what their emotion is. And best speeches, this is kind of a fun little, it's different videos. It's famous speeches from really famous movies, so it's just kind of a fun add-on. It's not really I guess there's not really an answer to it. So yeah, anybody want to go first? Nate?
I'll take roll call for 200.
All right.
Oh, it's Natalie
Portman.
Yes.
Portman.
Let's go.
Good.
Thank you, Amrit.
You're welcome, Nate.
Oh my.
That is my
I
name.
was literally okay.
Okay, Nate, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Roll call for 300.
Okay.
Jim Carrey.
Nice. Okay.
How about body language for 300?
Sure. You have to say what emotion they're conveying.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah, it's
how about stop?
snobby, superior, nice. Okay.
Where in the world for 400?
Okay.
Oh, is that Germany?
I'm pretty yeah. Nice.
Let's go. Honestly, racking up all these points.
Fernando, Natik, you guys gonna help?
Oh yeah, they're here.
Aurora, how about you, honey? No.
No. I could just call them out and then.
100.
Wait, what?
Body language for 200.
Thanks, Nicole.
No problem. Comforting.
No, it's like a person.
Oh, Radio Rebel.
Oh, awkward or uncomfortable.
Awkward, yeah.
Yeah. Anxious, nervous. Yeah. Okay.
Speeches 500.
What is it?
Speeches
Speeches
500.
500.
Speeches for
Oh,
500.
speeches. Okay, so this is just going to be like a clip, and I don't know which one this is. Oh, this is from Austin Powers. So this is just a fun like side clip, and I'll probably just stop it once we don't get too far into it. But it's like really funny, and it's just an example of how different people in movies or whatever like present a speech with humor or like different techniques to get their point across. So, okay.
Been 30 years, but I'm back. Everything's gone perfectly to plan except for one small flaw. Due to a technical error by my henchman Mustafa, complications arose in the unfreezing process.
But my design was perfect.
Look what you did to Mr. Bigglesworth!
But Dr. Evil, we were unable to anticipate feline complications due to the reanimation process.
Silence! Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure. Gentlemen, let's get down to business. We've got a lot of work to do.
Someone help me! I'm still alive, only I'm very badly burned.
Some of you I know, some of you I'm meeting for the first time.
Hello there! Anyone? Could someone call an ambulance? I'm in quite a lot of pain.
Okay, you've all been gathered here to form my evil cabinet. Excuse me. Yes, he's down there. Is he dead? No, not dead. No, burnt. Badly.
All right, we'll stop it there, but pretty funny. All right. Anybody else? Or I'll just choose one. How about where in the world for 200?
India.
Yeah. Very good.
Of course I get that.
Oh my God. Okay.
Body language for 400?
Sure.
Oh, really?
Okay, this one is suspicious or disapproval, but I feel like it could also be confused
Yeah.
or like what's going on.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Anybody?
Roll call for 500.
Sure.
Oh crap! I don't know which one he is. I know it's Keel or Peel. Is he Peel?
No, he's
He's
no,
Key.
he's not Jordan Peele. Yes, he's Keys.
Keegan.
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key. Oh, wow. What a name, huh?
I guess we could watch another best speeches ever for 300.
Oh boy.
This is from Wall Street. I'm pretty sure the movie's called. This is really short. Okay, I don't know why the ad is there. Okay, give me a second. All right.
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies, cuts through, and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed in all of its forms. Greed for life, for money, for love, knowledge, has marked the upward surge of mankind, and greed, you mark my words, will not only save Teldar Paper, but that other malfunctioning corporation called the USA. Thank you very much.
So that's
How
pretty.
young they all are.
What'd you say?
They're so young, all of them, right?
I know, right? Okay. How about where in the world for 300? Any guesses?
Chechen, isn't that Russia? Part of Russia? No.
Czechoslovakia.
Russia.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. Body
Roll
language.
call 400.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Alan Rickman.
Yes. Good. Is that Natalie? Of course she knows it. It's Harry Potter. All right. It doesn't show which one I've done, but we'll do this one. This is one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen this movie, you should see this movie. It's very good. Matt Damon and Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting. So we'll just watch this little clip. We won't watch the whole thing. Or we can.
So what's this? The taster's choice moment between guys?
This is really nice. You got a thing for swans? Is this like a fetish? It's something like maybe we need to devote some time to?
Thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. Stayed up half the night thinking about it. Something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep and haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me?
No.
You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Why, thank you.
It's all right. You've never been out of Boston.
Nope.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. You know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling. Seen that. If I ask you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been laid a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I ask you about war, you probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watch him gasp his last breath looking to you for help. I ask you about love, you probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer. And you would know about sleeping sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand, because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you, I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right?
Stop there, but I mean, just amazing acting in that movie. If you haven't seen it, I would of course recommend. It's like two of my favorite actors. So okay, where in the world for 100?
China.
Yes, that's pretty easy. Roll call. Kind of hard.
Is that Greta?
Oh my god. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, I've seen this kid. Oh my
It's hard
god.
to put like a name, but
It No, it's a kid. He was an activist, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was he the one that was involved in that school shooting?
for
I can't remember.
March for Our Lives. Oh,
Cameron Caskey.
Caskey. Okay.
I have no idea.
Was that the shooting? Like the school shootings? Was it guns and all that? Was that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At Parkland.
Right.
Years back. And then all those students came together and organized the March for Our Lives.
Right. Wow.
I actually had the opportunity to, side note, I actually had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C., which was just incredible.
Yeah.
And march there and see their speech. It was very cool.
Wow. That's awesome.
All right. Body language.
That was me today, actually. I couldn't get on the computer. Oh.
All right, that's you every day.
Okay.
It's totally bored. All right.
Okay, we're in the world, I guess, right? 500?
Yeah.
Swahili, that's definitely Africa. But I don't
Yeah.
know which country.
Yeah, it's just Africa, but fun fact, there are actually like 1,500 to 2,000 languages spoken on the continent, which is just, I mean, you can guess from all the countries inside of Africa. Just like, I don't know how many, does anybody know how many countries are?
I want to say I don't know. I thought it was like 200 because they have a lot of small little tribes.
Yeah.
I'll have to Google it. You can continue and I'll Google it. I'm curious.
Okay.
There's 40.
Is it 40?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I think there's like one more speeches thing. Or let's do body language.
Disappointment?
Speaks.
Disappointment?
Yeah, aggressive or
I
impatient.
think anger.
Yeah.
Oof.
That. All right, and then we can just wait. I don't know which one it is. No, we've already seen that. Okay. Wait, let me see. Okay, this is
That one. Rudy.
Yeah, this is a clip from Rudy, and we'll watch this, and then I'll be done with this. So yeah, watch a little bit of this.
Make sure the tarp's ready. We'll check with the weather service by 5, and we'll make a decision then. Hey. What you doing here? Don't you have practice?
Not anymore, I quit.
Oh. Well, since when are you the quitting kind?
I don't know, I just don't see the point anymore.
So you didn't make the dress list. There are greater tragedies in the world.
I wanted to run out of that tunnel for my dad. To prove to everyone that I worked.
What?
That I was somebody.
Oh, you are so full of crap. You're 5 feet nothing, 100 and nothing, and you got hardly a speck of athletic ability. And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also gonna walk out of here with a degree from the University of Notre Dame. In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen. Now go on back.
Sorry I never got you to see your first game in here.
Hell, I've seen too many games in this stadium.
I thought you said you never saw a game.
I've never seen a game from the stands.
You were a player?
I rode the bench for 2 years. Thought I wasn't being played because of my color. I got filled up with a lot of attitude. So I quit. Still not a week goes by, I don't regret it. And I guarantee a week won't go by in your life you won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of you. You hear me clear enough?
awesome movie.
I know. Spanish movies are really good. Oh, I think there's one more, but I don't know how long it is. It's from the movie Network. I don't know if you know it.
So that you,
I don't know if anyone knows it. It's basically the scene where the TV host guy, he goes crazy and then he starts yelling at the TV, and everyone like in that area.
I love this speech. Such a good movie.
You want to watch? Okay, we'll watch a little clip from it. I don't know which one it is though. Okay, here it is. I'm mad as hell.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change.
How many stations does this go out?
You've got to get mad.
67.
You've got to say,
I know it goes to Louisville and
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
I'm not going to take this anymore. Then we'll figure out what to do about the depression and the inflation and the oil crisis. But first, get up out of your chairs, open the window, stick your head out and yell, and say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted? But first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
Get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother lode!
Stick your head out of the window, open it, and stick your head out and keep yelling and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore. Just get up from your chairs right now. Go to
Where
the
you
window.
going? I wanna see if
Everybody
anybody's
just go to
yelling.
the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell and keep yelling. I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore! I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
So anyways, then it like pans out and then it's like everyone yelling, but great.
Great away.
I know.
They all feel the same way I feel.
Maybe Natiq should do that. Okay. All right. So that was a very extensive Jeopardy, but kind of fun. A great way to kind of wrap up everything. All right. So recap from last week. We had crazy Miss Whitney, my vocal coach, former acting teacher, come join us. And we talked about strengths and weaknesses and what if your greatest weakness was really your great asset? What? Like, yes. We did a really fun game called Movie Pitch, and we're doing something along those lines today, that kind of like that game. It's really fun. I didn't create it, but I kind of did. We'll find out later. So yeah. Okay. So because today is kind of like a recap of because it's the last class. The question of the day, the final question of the day, centers around basically everything that we've learned thus far. So how can we use the skills we have learned over the past 8 weeks in our daily lives, and what have we learned? So week 1, we talked about finding your voice. We talked about celebrities, finding your soapbox, getting involved, looking at celebrities and activists and other people in the world who use their voices to better the world. Week 2, we talked about diction and articulation, and we talked about manipulating your voice, which was really cool. We looked at that guy, Pro ZD, that voice actor guy, who was really funny. Then week 3, we did listening skills. We played a couple fun games with that, and watched some videos. Week 4, we talked about body language and facial expressions and gestures and things like that from around the world, which was very cool. Week 5, we talked about the voice again, but this time we talked about dialects and accents from around the world, which was very cool, and how people, once again, manipulate their voice in their own ways that reflect their own cultures or backgrounds. Then week 6, presentation and improv. We talked about job interviews and how you can prepare yourself for those types of situations, or performances, class presentations, and things like that. And week 7, which was last week, we talked about what makes us special and what makes us unique, or what we might think is our weakness could actually be our greatest asset, with my voice teacher. And now week 8. So today is like a recap of everything and just reiterating everything we've learned. So I found, sorry for all the videos today. There's a lot of videos today, but this one's about 4 minutes. And basically, I found this video. It's this guy talking about TED Talk speakers. And I found this video when I first started researching for this project. And I actually kind of used it as a guideline for my entire project, just talking about what makes a good TED Talk presentation. That's what the basis of it is. And in it, he talks about forming an idea in your audience's mind, and kind of from that idea, learning this lesson, this theme, this something, to bring everything together. So I'm gonna show this video, let it speak for itself. And there goes my computer glitching.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. All right. And you guys can all hear the videos pretty well, right?
Yep, it's been fine.
It's great, Olivia.
Awesome. Okay. All right. What? Okay. Okay, there's an ad. Okay.
Some people think that there's a TED Talk formula. Give a talk on a round red rug, share a childhood story, divulge a personal secret, end with an inspiring call to action. No, that's not how to think of a TED Talk. In fact, if you overuse those devices, you're just going to come across as cliched or emotionally manipulative. But there is one thing that all great TED Talks have in common, and I would like to share that thing with you. Because over the past 12 years, I've had a ringside seat listening to many hundreds of amazing TED speakers like these. I've helped them prepare their talks for prime time and learned directly from them their secrets of what makes for a great talk. And even though these speakers and their topics all seem completely different, they actually do have one key common ingredient. And it's this. Your number one task as a speaker is to transfer into your listeners' minds an extraordinary gift, a strange and beautiful object that we call an idea. Let me show you what I mean. Here's Haley. She is about to give a TED Talk, and frankly, she's terrified.
Haley Van Dyke.
Over the course of 18 minutes, 1,200 people, many of whom have never seen each other before, are finding that their brains are starting to sync with Haley's brain and with each other. They're literally beginning to exhibit the same brainwave patterns. And I don't just mean that they're feeling the same emotions. There's something even more startling happening. Let's take a look inside Haley's brain for a moment. There are billions of interconnected neurons in an impossible tangle. But look, here, right here, a few million of them are linked to each other in a way which represents a single idea. And incredibly, this exact pattern is being recreated in real time inside the minds of everyone listening. That's right. In just a few minutes, a pattern involving millions of neurons is being teleported into 1,200 minds just by people listening to a voice and watching a face. But wait, what is an idea anyway? Well, you can think of it as a pattern of information that helps you understand and navigate the world. Ideas come in all shapes and sizes, from the complex and analytical to the simple and aesthetic. And here are just a few examples shared from the TED stage. Sir Ken Robinson, creativity is key to our kids' future.
My contention is that creativity now is as important in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status.
Elora Hardy, building from bamboo is beautiful.
It is growing all around us. It's strong, it's elegant, it's earthquake resistant.
Chimamanda Adichie, people are more than a single identity.
The single story creates stereotypes, and the problem with stereotypes is not that they are untrue, but that they are incomplete.
Your mind is teeming with ideas, and not just randomly. They're carefully linked together. Collectively, they form an amazingly complex structure that is your personal worldview. It's your brain's operating system. It's how you navigate the world. And it is built up out of millions of individual ideas. So, for example, if one little component of your worldview is the idea that kittens are adorable, then when you see this, you'll react like this. But if another component of your worldview is the idea that leopards are dangerous, then when you see this, you'll react a little bit differently. So it's pretty obvious why the ideas that make up your worldview are crucial. You need them to be as reliable as possible a guide to the scary but wonderful real world out there. Now, different people's worldviews can be dramatically different. For example, how does your worldview react when you see this image?
What do you think when you look at me? A woman of faith, an expert, maybe even a sister, or oppressed, brainwashed, a terrorist?
Whatever your answer, there are millions of people out there who would react very differently. So that's why ideas really matter. If communicated properly, they're capable of changing forever how someone thinks about the world and shaping their actions both now and well into the future. Ideas are the most powerful force shaping human culture. So if you accept...
Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop it. But I thought it was kind of a great way to sum up everything that we've talked about, how just talking about the best way to prepare for a presentation or an interview or whatever, it comes from an idea, it comes from a passion. So does anybody, just a quick question, does anybody have an instance where they were really captivated by a presentation or a speech or just an idea, and it kind of like enthralled you and you were totally into it? Anybody have any examples? Nate?
Well, one time, like anytime I would go to like a planetarium show, and I would just like see all like the stars and the planets just like forming around me, and it's like and then meanwhile it's just like most people that like speak in the planetariums about like constellations and stuff, their voices are so relaxing, and it just like made me feel so at ease, and it just felt like I was laying outside in a field just looking at the stars.
That's great. I totally agree with the planetarium thing. Does anybody else have any instances? trying to see people here. Nicole.
I remember, you know, my son graduated from Holy Cross, and
Yeah.
and Stevens, the guy in Just Mercy, the lawyer, the justice, he gave a speech, and it was incredible about, you know, about giving back, and how he, you know, I guess he went to Harvard, and he helps with injustices in incarceration, and he was just amazing.
Wow.
But I, I've been watching a lot of those documentaries now about the unjust incarcerations, and I just, you know, he really got into my head with it.
That's so cool. I totally agree with you. I find a lot of those kinds of documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, and it's that topic itself is like such a hard, you know,
Yeah.
topic to deal with these days, because it's just the justice system is just, oh my God, so many flaws and different things like that. But anyways,
yes.
Anybody else before we move on?
I've got one.
Okay, Nate, go for it.
I remember hearing something that a wise man told me, and I really admire this guy. I was feeling sad this one time because it was years ago before I met any of you, and he gave me a whole talk down, but I was feeling sad because I felt like I was abandoned or I was forgotten by people my friends. So then he looks at me and he tells me, you know something, your friends are the ones that will stand with you no matter what. Your friends are the people that never give up on you, regardless of how they see it or no matter what happens. Friends will always be around. There will never be a place where there's no friend anywhere. Even if it feels like they don't see you, or even if it feels like they don't care about you, there will always be that one person. You don't need a whole lot of friends. All it takes is one person to bring you back to the light. That's all it takes.
Wow, that was really beautiful, Nate. That was really nice. Thank you for sharing that with everyone.
Even the devil has feelings.
Oh my God.
Olivia,
And there it goes.
Yeah.
Is it okay? I just wanted to share something along these lines too, because I myself, when I worked in the field of publishing, I'm a writer, and I worked in corporate publishing. But what happened was when we did sales presentations, I started to really listen to the authors talking about what inspired them and how they became what they were. And their voices, I suddenly realized that they were speaking the words that I really felt, and I was afraid to kind of say out loud or admit to myself. And I find that happens, like, you know, sometimes too, when you connect with someone that's speaking and they say something, it's, you know, my kids make fun of me because I cry at commercials sometimes. Okay, but I mean, it's like sometimes someone just says one thing that just hits you like an arrow on a target, and you feel inspired and emotional and connected, and it really ignites your passion. And that's the power of an idea, of a voice, and of someone owning that. And you don't necessarily have to have it, but to be able to connect to someone who does say something powerful, I think is equal in importance.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. No, that actually I'll quickly say my own example of when that happened to me. And I think what my mom is saying is totally right, because even one like line of something or something, even music can make you feel a certain type of way, the lyrics of something or just the mood. That actually happened to me this spring. I was listening to this Stephen Sondheim song called Being Alive from Company. And I just started sobbing. And I think it was all this built up emotion from everything that kind of had been taken away in the spring, like my musical and everything. I mean, everyone lost everything. So, but I think I never really kind of faced how sad I was feeling. and I just like let it out with those songs. So I think like songs and just a speech, anything can have a real impact and touch you. Even a cheesy commercial that my mom cries at. So okay. So just as like a song, we need to play the game. So I'll just go quickly through this. Before you do any of these, give yourself a pep talk before a school project, before an interview, before a date, before you have you ever have to present anything to yourself, more than doing it to yourself in the bathroom mirror. We do not see things as they are, we see things as we are. Then give yourself another pep talk. We all need reassurance, and we can do that for ourselves. Think of the big ideas. Remember, you've done a lot of the work in thinking about this.
So we get to be our parents talking to ourselves then.
Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can, Arthur Ashe. Great. And remember what you want, like set goals in mind, a job, an A+, a second date, an Academy Award, a new friend, or even a round of applause. All right, we're only gonna have time for like one game, but I created this really fun visual game called Sleuth. I was gonna name it Clue, but then it was too much like the board game kind of idea. So basically the rules are this. There's gonna be pictures like last time, like the movie pitch, but I'm going to assign either one or two people to, you know, case, as we should call it. These are the pictures, and you have to basically come up with what crime was committed, who committed the crime, and just basically a whole, you know, story of like a murder, basically. You have to describe how all the pictures are tied in. So, Nate,
Do an example.
Nate is yeah, Nate?
You have won the award for the weirdest game name ever. Sleuth is the weirdest name I have ever heard.
I'm glad. I didn't go with Clue because Clue just sounds like the board game, and that would make no sense. And also, I found this Pink Panther thing. If you don't know Pink Panther, I don't know what to tell you.
Of course.
Thank you. Okay, so Nate is gonna go first because
I'm just gonna do an example.
doing an example, and then we can move on to the other.
All right. So I figured out the case. So Mona here, her lifeless body at least, she was in her one-bedroom apartment. She was just relaxing. You know, since it's a one-bedroom apartment, her entire apartment is just one room. It's a bedroom. And she's making mac and cheese, you know. She's trying to relax. It's pouring rain outside, so she's trying to relax. And then all of a sudden, her power goes out, and she hears a knock at her door, and she's like, I wonder who that could be. And then like a woman wearing all red shows up, and she's holding a stapler, and Mona is thinking, oh, this lady probably like wants me to like hand out a flyer because she has a stapler. So she's probably like putting up some flyers about I don't know, some random thing. And all of a sudden, this lady hits Mona over the head with the stapler, and she blacks out. Next thing she knows, she's holding on to her fire escape, and she's halfway out the window, and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then the lady puts a staple into her butt, and she gasps in pain, and she falls to her death. And so it was a murder. Thank you.
Well done, detective. Dark story, Nate.
Okay. Now I'm gonna put people in pairs just because the time constraint. So and I can't see everyone's names. I don't know why. So
Put me in it. I volunteer to be in it.
okay, Nate, you can do this with any volunteers or
Amrit, Can I do it with
Oh,
Emmerich?
Everett. Okay.
First, last one. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, Emmerich.
So you
Let's
guys
leave
are
this off with a bang, buddy.
So you guys are the detectives. So each of you have to contribute and say what the case is. Ready?
Okay. I didn't even see that fan right there. Whoops. Okay, well, Emmerich, I'll start it off. Okay. So, once upon a time, there was a guy on a horse, and he was just riding around, enjoying the nice horsey day on his horse. And then all of a sudden, these girls come in the park. They come into his park playing around, and he
And they're
doesn't
looking
like
at
that.
Oh,
Yep,
sorry.
they're looking at him. Yeah. That's fine, Amber. You could have gone. You could have said
No,
something.
no. That's all you.
Okay. Yes. But all of a sudden, these girls come along holding a KA sign, and we have no idea what the hell KA means.
That's my initials.
It's sorority girl.
Sorority group.
Yes,
Sorority
they're in a sorority. The only
Everett,
problem is
jump
that.
in.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Both of you
sorority girls are kind of scared of this horse guy because the horse's name was Friday. I don't know why I threw that in, but so they try to attack him
Friday
with
the
a
13th.
fan, right? But his horse, he got the horses in the back, so he's throwing gushers at him, and he's trying to get away and all that. But then I'm seeing this playground. Natik, can you figure out what this playground is all about?
Well, of course. This playground is called Devil's Park, and every lady loves to be at Devil's Park. The problem was that with the fan, the guy on the horse says, "What do you plan on doing with that horse? I mean, not with the horse, with that fan." And one of the girls who's retarded says, "We're looking for an outlet because it's so hot outside. We're trying to plug the fan in, but we're at a park."
Are you stereotyping sorority girls there?
I was about to say.
Alright. So, yep. The end of the story ends with the ladies being at Devil Park, and they end up breaking the slide. And you know who shows up because they broke the slide? The devil himself, Amrit. Amrit shows up, and he says, "Did you break this?" They try to lie, and Amrit says, one thing the devil hates more than anything is a liar.
Yep.
And
All
you know
right.
what we do
Lucifer.
to liars.
All right.
Lucifer. All right. So, okay. Next one. How about we have
Look at the bears.
Natalie?
Eileen, you be in it. You can talk to the bunny.
Natalie, you want to go or no? With Aurora? Are you guys gonna hate me?
I'll do it.
That's
All right. How about
impossible,
you?
yeah.
You. Okay.
Okay, Natalie, do you want to start? No, you go. Okay. So the man in the blue suit, he looks like a Carl. I don't know why I said that, but his name is Carl now. And Carl likes to eat meat. And the school bus is his friend. It's a real school bus, but to everyone else, it's not real because he's delusional. So he talks to the school bus, and the school bus is a vegetarian. And it only uses like electric fuel, or I don't know how cars work. And Natalie, continue, I guess. I don't know. So they go on this adventure to Antarctica. The school bus has a hard time, moving around because it doesn't have tires for snow. And they meet this group of really friendly polar bears, especially this really nice mom polar bear and her baby. And they go like adventures to like save animals like bunnies and rabbits. And you know, Carl and the school bus don't really belong there, but it's fine.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Okay, and then Carl, after their adventure, he gets hungry. And the school bus is like, wait, there's no food here. And the school bus can't find an outlet to charge because he runs on electric. And Carl says, well, you can't eat, but I can. So he finds this rabbit and he tries to cook it and make a kebab. But he can't because it's Antarctica and it's too cold to start a fire. And his hair gets all frizzy because of the cold air. And that's why he has to wear that snazzy hat. And then the school bus, since he's a vegetarian, gets mad at Carl and runs him over with his last bit of fuel. I don't know.
Very good. All right. So I think we might have time for one more. This is
Olivia, why don't you go? We haven't heard you go, not yet.
Oh no, I don't think so. All right, maybe who wants to assist me?
I actually, this looks interesting. I kind of want to try it again.
Wait, but Nate, you already went. I want to give.
Okay.
I'll do it with you, Liv.
Okay, me and Nicole.
It's about to be something.
So Nicole, you want to start?
No, you got it. You 100% got it.
Okay. So once upon a time, there was this really angry ogre dude who lived on this carrot farm. And, you know, he had this diet of strictly carrots. And one day he ran out of carrots. So he went into the forest where he usually would get his carrots. And he prayed to the fairy god that he would get more carrots. And then she showed up in the woods and she did not look too happy. Nicole?
All right, so the fairy god person, right? She pulls up and she's sitting there and she's like, you ate all your carrots, like you can't be doing that. And so she told him the only way that he could get more carrots was to find the abandoned basketball court and talk to the other fairy gods with a Ouija board. So Mr. Ogre Man, you know, he walks and finds this abandoned basketball court and, you know, the fairy god gave him a Ouija board. So he's sitting in the middle and he's talking to the ancient fairy gods about getting some more carrots. And then, you know, they're very hesitant with him at first. And then, they give him more carrots.
No, actually.
Oh, they
you're
don't?
getting the story wrong. You're getting it confused with another story. As he was doing the Ouija board, the board started going all crazy. So he got really angry. And, you know,
I forgot about that.
He actually had to go to anger management like 2 weeks prior. So he was getting really upset. And then all of a sudden, Luna Babuna, the pink fairy god, she came out of nowhere and she said, why are you getting so upset? This is not what you're supposed to be doing. And he got his little, I don't know what that is.
Thing.
Yeah, his bat prickly bark thing. And he basically killed her.
Oh.
And yes.
And he never got any more carrots, so he had to change his diet completely.
Yep. All right. So,
And,
all right.
and he didn't live happily ever after.
And he didn't live happily ever after. All right. So unfortunately, we couldn't get to either of those because there's not like a lot of time left, or this game. But just to kind of wrap everything up, because this is the last class. And thank you guys for those very imaginative and hilarious renditions of the game.
Of course. The
Super
devil has
funny.
always wanted to do stories with you.
Oh, I'm so glad. And you know, this is our final question of the day, and we wrapped it up. And now I just want to say thank you guys for everything. And I just want to kind of reiterate my last point. And I think the TED Talk really hit this really hard, and like the different quotes and everything that I've been talking about. I think all of these lessons that we've been working on is to better public speaking and presentation skills, but also just to drive the point which we talked about last week, which is in order to do those kinds of things, in order to be successful in presentations and things, you have to be the most authentic you possible. So I think everything that we've been talking about, it kind of leads up to this point of you have to own who you are, and you have to embrace your own artistic voice or authentic voice or whatever voice you have. So yeah, and I just wanted to thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed all the weeks, and following this, I will be making a handbook and a little film which go with the project, and those will be accessible via the library. I wanted to thank Z for all you guys. Thank you, Z.
All right, everybody.
All right.
See you
Have a
next
good
week
night.
on Team Tuesday. We thank Olivia. We're so grateful. We thank each and every one of you. Be safe, be happy, be well.